Jan, congratulations on your win. You seemed unhappy that you had a few games where you didn't play a lot of chess, a couple of theoretical draws. Seems that you got your workout in today.
Yeah, after 5 consecutive rest days, yeah. Okay, not completely rest days, but sort of, yeah, like not toughest, days in the office. Yeah, it was, the pleasant surprise that Lev decided to go to Queen C2 C5 line, which is very, very complex, and I think there is not so much theory, despite some correspondence games, and yeah, probably he wasn't quite aware of what was going on, but yeah.
He played this move knight bd2 early in the opening. Did it surprise you?
Somehow I thought with knight c3's principle, or in other ways something like knight bd2 and maybe then b4. And maybe the idea queen b3 is not so bad itself, but as far as I remember, it should be combined with the knight on c3 somehow.
Right.
Because then you go knight d2, bishop f4 or something.
Let me just put that.
And this is okay, very complex, but just would be I don't know, a big fight. But I think the way he played was a little bit clumsy, and pieces wasn't really well coordinated. And yeah, in fact, I could play a5, probably even one move earlier because.
Yeah, rook should do an a5 immediately. Yes.
Yeah, after knight f1, maybe a5 made much more sense than than h6. But I thought, okay, h6 maybe not spoiling anything. Yeah.
No, not at all. Yeah.
So it's still very complex, and somehow after a5, black solves the problem of developing the queen side without touching your queen. Yeah. So for example, queen c8 would be fine, but then okay, knight h4, f3, and white gets a lot of temping. So that's important, to be tricky. And there is always some move like b6. It exists, but then probably the idea of knight e5 becomes very easy for white, because the pawn is no more. Pawn is not hanging. It's pawn. Is not existing anymore. Yeah, on c5. Yeah.
So you get to this position. It seems like a very clear advantage over here. And he decides to shed a couple of pawns.
Well, I actually don't know what was his intentions, but I think the position is practically. I wouldn't maybe lost is a little bit a strong term, but it's very tough to play here with white because okay, I have one outpost on e4, another outpost on b4, and it's more or less a question which pawn are going to give away. So probably knight e5 doesn't work due to knight takes c5, yes, instead of knight g3.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This position, knight e5.
Knight e5. Okay. Besides the fact that d1 is hanging, also something like knight takes c5 always
always when something
looks like crushing. So here I was more or less sure I'm have a completely dominant position. Okay, and here, well, maybe I could play something like bishop f3. G3 is strategically lost or something. Yeah. So if queen e3, I could start with queen d4 also. But here I thought okay, maybe bishop c3, queen c5, knight e5, rook f8, for example, and then g4. And well, at the end of the day, his pieces are not so bad. Yes, okay, he has all pieces into the play. So maybe okay, this is just completely uncalled for to take such risk as black, because after what I did, it should be a routinely winning position. But at that moment, as they say, brain XZ stopped working. Yeah. So I ended up calculating okay, rook to knight c5, and I more or less expected some resignation here.
Right.
But as well, and in Bucharest, and then I also expected a resignation. Yeah, suddenly he started playing. I don't know if he played well, but yeah, clearly here I could spend a minute or two more calculating. But since brain wasn't working at all, I just ended up playing d5, d4, and of course I miscalculated because after bishop b4, my intention was to play knight c3.
This one right here?
Yeah, bishop c3 takes on d7. So probably I take. Okay, my plan was to take with a rook. So if queen c5, then rook d1 check.
Yes.
So that's why bishop a2, king h7, queen takes c5, and queen g6. Rook d1, king h2, and here queen g5 doesn't work because of bishop f7. And queen g6 doesn't work because of g4, queen g4, and rook e3. And once I found out that there is some surprise like rook e3 is waiting me. Okay, maybe I wouldn't be surprised if here computer suggests something, but it looks like I have to go for a draw. Yeah, queen h4, f4.
And you're down a piece.
Oh, okay. That's that's not a big deal. If I deliver a mate, then I can live without a piece. Yeah, for a move or two. But probably I don't deliver anything. And here, okay, probably I started calculating some lines again, but it wasn't my brightest achievement.
When did you start getting worried about your position?
I would say after he missed g4. So g4, I mean, okay, let's say first of all, instead of 96, you can play 96. If you just want to give away a pawn, like one pawn you give away, and you just, I mean, this should be completely winning because, okay, I should just have to connect it past pawns. But I decided to play well tonight, yeah, so better, play well tonight, put it on e6. And okay, after bishop e1, which I considered like a poor move, somehow I thought that, okay, c5, knight c3 will work every time.
Yes.
But c5, knight c3 after g4 was completely unclear, I think, already who is better and why, because, okay, my white square is very poor, and also if queen b3 check, it protects on d1, so mate never works.
Right, let's just put that on the board.
Yeah, so also it was sort of a try to play c4.
So check and d1 is covered, yeah.
Yeah, there was a try to play c4 here instead of, takes on f5, knight c3. Takes everything, rook d7, takes, rook e8. Maybe this was the way, yeah, but here I wasn't sure about this position because I'm still allowed tonight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And well, if I don't deliver a mate, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm lost already. So like after rook e1, okay, there is a queen c1, there is rook e6 coming. So I mean, okay, I had completely no idea what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, here I started like trying to get some stuff together, which was not simple after you just after you were absent for, I don't know, 5 moves. And here I thought, all right, maybe g6 is practically not so bad, because, I mean, even if my king remains without some, I don't know, g and f pawns, I mean, still I can put my rook on g7 or something. So, but the queen c1 is the move which shocked me a little bit. I thought, okay, it's time for him to exchange and get a pawn back and then try to play rook d3.
Yeah.
But I believe we both like played quite, up and down game, yeah, I would put it mildly.
You got to this position where you're surprised about rook d3, and we expected
absolutely. I was absolutely surprised. I mean, I was shocked. So
yeah,
probably I had no reason. I saw no reason for him not to take that pawn. I don't think he's like massively worse here. I'm not sure he's worse at all. I was like more worried if, I mean, maybe he's better already. But okay, that's somehow I hoped that that's not as bad. And here I thought, okay, wow, I should be winning already again. But yeah, the idea he came up with is quite interesting. So here, maybe I have something different, yeah. But in this position after bishop d2, just 1 second, just to for you to understand the level of my concentration, is that I seriously considered the move knight c7 for quite some time.
97.
Yeah, but I turned it down not because of queen takes c5, which I spotted like the last moment, or because of like queen b1, yeah, and it's hard to protect b7 pawn, yeah. So that was like that was the player. Okay. And at some point I thought, okay, if there is like a player in this tournament who is capable of throwing such position, he's basically right now at the board, yeah. With black pieces, yeah.
Yes, to be clear.
Yeah, to be even more clear. But here I think I found out some nice plan, like at least I'm not losing on b7, and in some positions I even tried to run with my king to the center, or maybe my knight. So finally, yeah, playing without a knight for, I don't know, for a dozen of moves. And then finally, yeah, playing in equal lineups. So okay, queen b1, queen d5. Probably he had some options like rook b3 at some point, but
yeah, rook b3 immediately. They just were still thinking it was about 0.
Yeah, could be, but I mean, okay, I had no idea what's going on. But he was in sort of a time trouble, and I don't think he played it like he managed it.
So what was the moment that you thought, all right, I have brought it all the way back to winning?
I think after, okay, this rook g6, so here's more or less forced to do like this bishop h6.
Yes.
And that's clear. Without the king f6, I'm just in time. I mean, it's basically up to me. If I want, okay, I just move my king to some, to d7, c6. Okay, then I get knighted on b6. So this was a bad idea. I mean, theoretically, yeah.
Yes.
But what seemed to me like more smart, like to bring my knight to e6, and probably with such a setup like knight e6, queen d5, rook g6, it would be like in the worst case, some couple of checks.
Yeah, and that's actually what happened in the game, right?
No, I mean, okay, queen h4 I thought was the move, but after queen h4, king f7, I think, queen h5, he's somehow trying to play rook g3 here, yeah, so there is a pin, but maybe I can go for queen e5. And I didn't really see if he makes any progress, because once his bishop retreats, I always have this knight g7 move unpinning. I mean, okay, maybe also some queen e2 trick will work, but okay, then queen e5 check, maybe this is uncalled for. I mean, yeah, it was some sort of madness, but yeah, I mean, very shameful.
Well, you wanted to add the end, and Shameful or not, it puts you on first position here at the Sinquefield Cup, tied with Alireza Firouzja. How do you feel about your matchup going into the last round?
Unpredictable.
Predictable.
Anything can happen.
Jan, it's been a long tour, but certainly you must be looking forward to trying to win your first Sinquefield Cup.
This would never harm, but yeah, I try to remain realistic. Yeah, so if I keep playing as today from, let's say, move 20 to move 30, then probably I can only win some. I don't know. What's the game price? Yeah. So I should focus better.
Well, let you know, we don't have one of those. We do have a brilliancy prize. We hope that you are fighting for that one tomorrow.
We'll see.
We'll see. Guys, any questions?
No, just congratulations on your co-leadership, Jan, and we're looking forward to not your drifting, but your focus for tomorrow. We wish you good luck in the championship round.
Thank you, yes, sir.
Absolutely.